morning students. Welcome back once again to the class 9 work and energy chapter. In the previous video we completed the exercise. We did the final numerical, that was a theoretical question about a pendulum, and we will be continuing today with extra questions regarding this chapter. Okay, because the numericals are the difficult thing for all of us, so let's do more and more of this to focus more, and we can get more practice for such type of questions. Okay, on a level road, a scooterist applies brakes to slow down from a speed of 54 kilometers per hour to 36 kilometers per hour. So basically, a scooterist is applying the brakes on the scooters, and therefore he is applying the force on the other side, using the help of friction, and so the speed is decreasing from 54 to 36. Question is, what amount of work is done by the brakes? So what amount of work is done by the brakes? We have to calculate the work done by the brakes, and the mass of the scooter is 86 kilograms, and that of the scooter and petrol is 64. So first of all, you need to know that whenever this vehicle is moving, all of the mass is considered together. So basically, it is moving as one single object. So 86 plus 64. You need to add the mass of the scooter petrol and the scooter itself. So the total mass M can be written as 86 plus 64. And that is 4 plus 6 is 10. 8 plus 1 9 and 6. So it's 150 kilograms. So the total mass of the scooter and the petrol is 150 kilograms. Moving forward, we have speeds, that is 54, and final velocity or speed can be taken as 36. So the initial speed is 54 kilometers per hour. Now, I have said this many times, whenever the speed is in kilometers per hour, you always need to convert it into meters per second. So converting it into meters per second, simply multiply kilometers by 1000, so it becomes meters. So 54 multiplied by 1000, and hour is converted into seconds, that is 3600. 60 minutes into 60 seconds. So 2 zeros are getting cancelled. 6, 6, 36, 6, 9, 54, 3, 2, 3, 9, 3, 3, 9, and 2, 5. So what is remaining is 3 and 5. So 15 meters per second. So this is your initial velocity. And the final velocity or initial speed, over here I am writing final speed, that is 36 kilometers per hour, and converting this 36 kilometers per hour also into meters per second. So multiplying it by 1000 divided by seconds, that is 3600. Zeros cancel. 36 into 1, 1 into 10, because 10 is remaining. So 10 meters per second. So if you see that way, then the scooter was moving with 15 meters per second. After applying the brakes, its speed reduced to 10 meters per second. Now the question is, what is the amount of work done by the brakes? So we know the change in energy will give me the amount of work done. So work done is equal to final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. Final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. Now obviously, final kinetic energy is going to be less because it is 10 over here and the initial is 15. So whatever the work done you will be getting is negative. So we know that because whenever the brakes are applied, the vehicle is still moving forward, and the brakes are applied and the force is acting in the opposite direction, and therefore the amount of work done will be negative. I hope it is clear, students. So moving forward, formula for kinetic energy, that is half m v final square minus half m square. That is initial velocity and final velocity, and we have those. Okay. So what is the mass of the scooter? That is 150, and final velocity is 10. So we will do 10 square over here minus initial, that is half, 150, and initial is 15. So I will be writing 15 square. Okay. Now in both the cases you can see that half and 150 are same in both the sides. So I can take half and 150 common as well. Okay. And in the brackets I can write 10 square minus 15 square. Very simple. Okay. So this will be 100 minus 225, and you can solve it as it is, and half and 15, that is 75. So I can write over here as 75 as well, and this will be 100 minus 225. I hope it is clear to you, students. The next is 75 into, what will be 100 minus 225? It will be minus 125. Now all you need to do is simply multiply this. Okay? Let's revise this once again, and then we'll write the final answer. Okay students, so first of all we added the mass. So mass became 86 plus 64 will give me 150 kilograms. That is the mass of the vehicle and the scooter is together, combined, moving as one object. Then initial speed, that was 54 kilometers per hour. We converted 54 kilometers per hour into meters per second. It gave me 15 meters per second. After that, the final speed is reduced. So it becomes 36 kilometers per hour. And 36 kilometers per hour is converted into meters per second once again, which gives me 10 meters per second. Same process, multiplying by 1000 and dividing it by 3600. The next is the amount of work done by the brakes. So the change in energy will give me the amount of work done, because how much the energy has changed. Whatever work you are doing will be equal to the amount of change in the energy. And to find the change in the energy, we always find the difference. That is final minus initial. So final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. Now obviously the final velocity is less, so the work done will become negative, and we know that because the brakes are being applied and the velocity is reducing, and that is why negative work is done by the brakes. We already know that, and that is why over here 10 square will be in final and 15 square will be in initial, according to the initial and final speeds. Okay. Now 1 by 2 and 150 we have taken common. So what will remain inside is 10 square minus 15 square. Square of 10 is 100. Square of 15 is 225. Subtracting this will give me 75 into minus 125. And finally multiplying this will give me minus 9375 joules. So this much amount of work is done by the brakes in order to reduce the velocity or the speed of the scooter from 54 kilometers per hour to 36 kilometers per hour. I hope it is clear to students. We'll move on to another one. Okay students, so another question. A body of mass 5 kg is thrown vertically upwards with initial velocity of 50 meters per second. What will be its potential energy at the end of 5 seconds? So obviously we have been asked to find the potential energy, and when it is related to a certain height, we know that it is gravitational potential energy. And we also know the formula for that. The gravitational potential energy of an object is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity into height. The only problem is we have been not given the height for this particular object. We need to find the height. But instead we have been given time and velocity. So if the object is thrown to a certain height with this velocity, we need to find that after 5 seconds what will be its height or what will be the displacement. And for that we have studied the 3 equations of motions in the very first chapter. I am not talking about the laws of motion, I am talking about the equations of motion that we studied in the very first chapter. And the first equation of motion is V is equal to U plus AT, second is S is equal to UT plus half AT square, and third one is 2AS equals V square minus U square. So we have studied these 3 equations of motion, and this will help us to find the distance or the height for this particular object after 5 seconds. If you see the first equation, you will see that there is no displacement in the first equation, and therefore it is useless for us in this particular case. Okay? And the second one is displacement. So yes, this is helpful for us. But since we are talking about the height, we will change these equations a little bit. So this displacement becomes height and this acceleration becomes acceleration due to gravity. Same thing over here, this acceleration becomes acceleration due to gravity, and this S becomes the height or the displacement up till which the object will go. Now the second one is H is ut plus half at square. We need to find the height. We have initial velocity, we have time, we have acceleration due to gravity, and once again we have time. So there is no need for the third equation. However, we will see what will happen if we use the third one. So the second one is the correct option. We will have to find the height with the help of the second equation. The third equation is 2gh equals v square minus u square. Now in this particular case, you will see that we have acceleration, we have height, and we have initial velocity. But one thing you will notice that we don't have the time, we have been given the final velocity. Now, in this particular question, it is not mentioned that after 5 seconds it will be having final velocity, because if the object is at the final velocity, after reaching its certain height, its final velocity will be 0. But that is not the case over here. It is not mentioned that after 5 seconds the object will stop. It might happen that after 5 seconds the object will still go on, and it is not the final velocity. So we cannot use the third one as well. We can use the second one, which will help us to find the particular height at which the object will reach after 5 seconds. Okay, so let's get rid of all this and continue with the second equation of motion. Simple, finding the height. H u is 50 meters per second. We'll finish the numerical on this side. H is 50. Time is how many? 5 seconds. Plus half. Acceleration. Okay. Now acceleration due to gravity. It has been given till g as 10 meters per second square. But we know that when the object is moving in the upward direction, the gravitational acceleration acting in the downward direction. So we'll take the value of g as negative 10 meters per second square. Similarly, time t square, that is g, and after that time t square, so it will become 5 square. Simple. Now let's solve this. So this becomes 5 into 5 is 25 times 0 plus, or I can add plus into minus because everything is in multiplication, so I can write minus, and this becomes 5 and this becomes 25. So it becomes 5 into 25, so 250 minus 125, and the final answer is 125 meters. So that object of 5 kg will reach a height of 125 meters. Quite simple. Okay? Now we have the height. So we have the height, and all you need to do is simply substitute this value of height in this equation. So the potential energy is mass 5 kg, acceleration that is 10, and height 125. Multiplication 5 into 10, 50 into 125, 5 into 5, 25, 5 into 10, 11, 12, 5 1 5, 6. 6250 joules. So this will be the potential energy of the object at height 125 meters, that is after 5 seconds. I hope it is clear to students. That's all for today. Until next time, have a nice day.